think about how we got to where we are today. Electricity enabled a different way of lighting the world. It allowed new kinds of manufacturing, and all of a sudden, the modern communication system. The ability to grow more food by using fertilizer and machinery. It reduced the price of food. It improved people's diets. This was a wonderful thing. Think about the elevator and air conditioning. We could totally control the environment of buildings. It enabled the growth of cities. The automobile made life possible in these ever-growing metropolitan areas.
We've had a run of spectacular luck in terms of our technologies. There have also been a lot of unintended consequences.
When we burn fossil fuels, we add CO2 to the air. What does that mean to the climate? It is very, very likely to change if we keep doing what we're doing.
From the farm field, it takes about 11 to 17 calories of fossil energy to put 1 calorie on my plate. That's not a ratio you can sustain for long.
Using petroleum-based and other chemical fertilizers literally destroys the soil. And where does that runoff go?
We've been building buildings the way we have because we can. They're wasteful, they're over-engineered, they aren't built to work with nature in any way.
We've sprawled our living spaces out. And we've also lost clean air on account of all of those traffic jams.
Population is expected to get to 9 or 10 billion. But we're using up stuff much faster than nature puts it back.
For a long time, there's been a clear message about how we should steward our Earth. Even in 1949, conservation leaders knew the planet was warming up.
We need to make very large changes more quickly than is convenient to make.
We've already changed the Earth completely. We can't go back. It's not about going back. It's about figuring out a way that we can live here and make it work.
Some of what we need for a sustainable society is going to be reinvention. That's going to require some wisdom in how we think about the future.
Actually, a sustainable world already exists. It's right outside. It's 3.8 billion years in the making.
At heart, we're talking about system questions that need to be addressed systemically.
We cannot continue to hide the real cost of things that are having such a huge impact on us.
We have to focus on things like social equality and economic equality.
The climate is quite ripe for businesses that solve a problem related to the environment. There's a lot of capital that's looking to put money into that today.
We're at the point now where people are looking for the answers. They're looking for solutions.
So many of the alternative fuels are already competitive, and we're putting them in place now.
With things like smart grid and efficient technologies and so forth, we could cut half the energy that we use at no net cost. Now we're beginning to resuscitate agriculture locally. You need local farms.
We are in this incredible do-over in terms of making cities places where you can produce food.
Let's just call it the era of intelligence. We're seeing how easy it is to design a building that is net zero.
And now we have smarter ways for older buildings to be retrofitted, to be improved.
You don't build buildings, you have to think about building a community.
The best economic development we can do is to get people out of their cars.
This is an opportunity to make communities that are zero discharge, powered by sunshine, post-carbon, and prosperous.
We need an economy that creates jobs and that's sustainable so that we're not benefiting ourselves at the cost of our children.
People that grow up in green schools are sustainability natives.
This right here, this breaks up all the electricity.
Our students become those who make policies.
Recycle.
It's very powerful.
Yes.
Then we help them to understand their stake in the global society.
Today, sustainability is a fundamental concept to corporations. When a company can think more broadly and deeply and more aggressively about the Earth, we think that's a stacked win.
When you connect jobs to those things, that's when people say, okay, I see what's in it for me.
This is not a question of know-how. We know how to do these things. It's a question of leadership, it's a question of example, and frankly, it's a question of inspiration.
In a sense, American innovation needs to sort of be reinvigorated.
The only question is whether we can scale all this up fast enough to make a difference.
We can't wait around for the federal government to get on this. It's city, it's community, it's local.
There's nothing that says this is impossible, because there are incredible inventions yet to come.
We are nature. Our job is to redesign our human society so that we can stay on this planet. There is nothing more important to be doing right now